All right. Welcome to Ranting and Raving. The good news keeps rolling in. The we'll talk about the Saints schedule probably a little bit later this week, but this comes first. We entered this offseason a top 1, 2 worst wide receiver core in the league. So basically bottom 1, 2 group in the league. And yes, Michael Thomas coming back would have helped that some. But this team desperately needed talent. Trading up to add Chris Olave, excellent move, great fit, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Um, but signing Jarvis Landry. So let's take the hometown kid LSU return. Let's take all of that and let's not look at that for a second. And let's just talk about the player. So Jarvis isn't what he was a few years ago. He hasn't sniffed 1,000 yards. I know he's been with Baker, but um, he's not the same player. That's why he's going to be available at whatever rate we eventually it gets released that he gets signed for. But he's still a productive player. He's still a very good route runner. He still has excellent hands. And here's the number one reason why I couldn't be more ecstatic about signing Jarvis Landry. We don't know what Michael Thomas is going to be. We know he's going to be in a Saints uniform. We know he's most likely going to play this year. And other than that, we know nothing. And you have a quarterback in Jameis Winston who tends to miss high. Doesn't miss wide a ton, but tends to miss high. And you're hoping that Mike, as a floor raiser, as a big body wide receiver with great hands, with a large catch radius, can help Jameis perform. Can help the offense stay on track so that Jameis is able to not press and not force the issue and not, make a bunch of dumb mistakes because he's doing those things. That puts a lot of pressure on Mike to be the player that he used to be. Signing Jarvis Landry not only gives you a really nice top three. Jarvis Landry is your wide receiver 3 is a great position, and he's going to be highly effective in the red zone. He's highly effective on third down. He's a big body wide receiver with that large catch radius. He's got incredible hands. It's another great locker room guy. It's another great mentor for Chris Olave. But also, Jarvis Landry is Michael Thomas insurance. If Mike gets hurt, if Olave gets hurt, knock on wood, you have another guy who's a proven commodity who can help keep the offense on schedule, who can make plays, who can make the opposing team respect him. Not only do I think that signing Jarvis Landry is a fantastic move, especially because now at this point in free agency, it's not going to impact comp picks or anything else, and it's also going to come at a lower rate because he's not getting that $20 million if he's signing in May. But beyond that, I think this is going to, other than Jameis, who obviously is the number one beneficiary, I think that the person that's going to actually benefit the most from Jarvis Landry joining Michael Thomas and Chris Olave and, you know, Marquez and Mequan and Hardy is it's actually Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara, I believe, has been taken out of the pass game more and more the last couple of years, even though you would think you would want to put him in the pass game more because of the lack of receivers, but you also didn't have good running backs. And you needed Alvin to be there in the dump off and screen game as the safety valve because you didn't have a safety valve. With Mike back, and especially with Mike and Jarvis being added to this offense, you have multiple safety valves for your quarterback to go, crap, throw it to him. And that's huge. So now that you have these reliable guys again, who have these big bodies and large catch radiuses, which for a quarterback like Jameis is going to be super important and super valuable because he's occasionally going to be off target. And these guys can bail him out. Is it's going to open you up to be able to make more of those big plays. I believe to allow AK to go down the field more and make more of those plays like he did in the past. It's going to make it a lot harder for teams to stack the box against him. It's going to make it a lot easier to do a lot of the play action and a lot of the boot action and the things that I've been calling for and hoping for. Like these are the things that we need to be able to do to put Jameis in a position to succeed. And Landry is just a fantastic signing for that. Signing Jarvis Landry instead of drafting a first-round wide receiver and getting a cheap, affordable, but also fast and athletic talent to join this roster and add those elements that they were missing would have been terrible. Adding Jarvis Landry and Chris Olave and getting Michael Thomas back, the only thing that should, other than injuries, which is, injuries will hold back any team, but other than like major injuries, the only thing that'll slow down this offense is Cesar Ruiz. Either Doug Marrone fixes his ass and, he stops playing the game to the tune of yakety sacks, or Throckmorton or someone else comes in and just does an acceptable job at right guard. As long as that happens, Jarvis Landry, this is now a legitimate. I cannot believe I'm about to say these words with how bad the outlook for this team was just a few months ago. Jarvis Landry's addition, this is a contender. Are they the leading contender in the NFC? Not yet. We'll see. And the schedule is rough. But here's the thing. The schedule's the schedule. If you're really that team, if you're a top-level team, by the end of your schedule, you're going to have a really strong record, you're going to make the playoffs, and you're going to have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And if you're not that team, blaming the schedule, maybe the schedule costs you 1 or 2 games, but part of being a great team is being able to overcome some of that and winning some games you probably otherwise shouldn't. And Jarvis Landry is going to be a huge plus towards making that possible. A plus signing, especially with the combination of Chris Olave. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Couldn't be more happy about it. Like I said, a couple of months ago, I was not in an optimistic place about this team at all. I'm going to be honest on this channel all day, every day. And that doesn't make me I'm always right, but I'm honest. And there wasn't a lot to be optimistic about for this team and this roster because of this offense. And they've done a great job of not only being smart within the cap, but adding meaningful players to make this team better. And if they add a running back, especially if they can get Williams, who's Darrell Williams out of Kansas City from last year, I just love his fit for this offense, for this roster, for this team, etc. You're cooking with grease. Couldn't be more excited about this. Couldn't be more happy. Fantastic job. Way to go, Saints.